back, everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Thank you for being here today, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend as well as a great Labor Day. Thank you all for being here today. And I want to take the time to thank you all for sharing these videos because I'm starting to see an increase in the views and I'm also receiving a few comments to my email address in reference to how these videos are helping you. So thank you all so much. That's the purpose of this channel. That's the purpose of being here. As I always say, once uh, as I always say, which I'm going to say again here, is that I am not a certified therapist of any sort. I am someone who went through an insurmountable amount of grief due to loss of many loved ones during a shutdown. And it was like a domino effect. And just trying to get through one loss, and then another one would happen, etc., and so forth, including losing my beloved pet, Rocky, who was a pug and also like an ESA pet to me, emotional support animal. And it was difficult. So I had to find ways uh, to, how do I say this? I had to find ways to get myself out of that depression. And, it's the grief is like overwhelming. And I had to find a way to get myself out of it. So I started with therapy and learning other ways, and this is why I'm here to share these things with you because the things that help me can help you too. Because if I can do this, you guys can do it too. None of it is easy, it's you just take it one day at a time and you reward yourself when you start to do better, and it takes a lot because you have to learn how to um, look at yourself in the mirror and learn how to love yourself. Not be in love with yourself, but to love yourself, to know that you are worth it. And also that your passed over loved ones would never, ever want you guys to stay in a point of depression and pain and despair and grief. They don't want that for you at all. And I had to learn that and I still do the work. What happened let's see, last Thursday. I think it was last Thursday or Friday. I had a plant uh, a tree actually planted at my mom's gravesite, and I called to find out about it. Just talking to where the funeral home where she's buried, just brought grief. I mean, I had to take a moment and just take a breather because I was so like, oh my god, so because I want to see the picture of it. And then I realized that when I'm ready to go um to because she's buried in North Carolina, when I go and take that trip, perhaps I'm going to take a friend with me so I'm not by myself as I do this. I may spend time there at the site, but the trip I'm probably going to do with a friend. I don't think I should go completely alone. But in any event, I know I need to do that to pay my respects. It's so important. And, as I get stronger every day, I think about making arrangements to do that. I know I talk a lot about it. My therapist says the same thing, but it's got to be um, when I feel well enough to do that because I don't want to get there and break down, etc., and so forth. Um, so that's important to me. And I'll let everyone know when that trip happens and, how I felt after being there, etc., and so forth, you know. But take one day at a time. Also, before we get into the topic of discussion, which is to live instead of existing, I want to bring something to everyone's attention here. I'm here to help and talk about what helped me, and how I'm still moving forward. And I'm in a place of helping other people because I know the pain of the grief. However, I also, even though I'm getting comments from people how this channel is helping them, I also received some comments over the weekend that were not so great. Anything negative, let me tell everyone right now, I'm not taking in toxicity. It's not a joke to me, it's not a game. Healing is a very serious thing, and it's an ongoing process, and I'm not dealing with it. I've read some comments, and it just didn't sit well with me. So what I did is what I did is deleted them after reading them, and then I blocked the individuals who posted. I am not taking in this negativity, and I'm not playing a game here. So if anyone doesn't, if no one is here to hear the messages about healing, and if you don't agree with what's going on here, don't watch the channel, because I'm not going to let you sabotage my channel with comments and etc. I'm just going to delete them and block you. And also to my email address, because which I always talk about, people can send me emails as well. The negative comments there, I will read them. I'm not going to respond to them. I am going to delete them, and I'm going to block you from contacting me. Because if people don't agree with something that's helping people to heal and to get better, do not stop by and watch the channel. Just go about your business. I'm learning a lot as I do these things, because some people, even if they don't agree with what's being said here, etc., it doesn't give you the right to try to sabotage something. I would suggest you go and heal. As I say here, everyone, no matter what state you are watching from, Google a therapist in your area, and see if you vibe with that one, and talk about what's going on with that therapist. All those things you discuss is confidential. And then find a bereavement group that you can connect to. You don't have to broadcast your business. That's something that you do privately. And see if you can connect with those bereavement groups, because there is going to be a lot of other individuals who are struggling with grief as well. And you may hear some tidbits from them that may help you with your own grief. And that is the purpose here, to help other people, to pass information along. Like like people do when they use a product, and a product, whether it's for their hair or skin, nails, etc., they share it with other people because they want other people to know about it. And that's what the purpose of this channel is to share with other people what's helping me to heal, so that perhaps you can use some of these things that I'm describing here, and it can help you to heal as well. But anything negative, and to try to create toxicity, I'm not doing that. I've gone through that. I've healed that, and anything toxic ongoing, I'm cutting it off. I'm not going to respond to these messages. So please keep the messages that you send in a comment category or to my emails respectful. Otherwise, you're going to get blocked from the channel and from my email address as well. So please keep that in mind moving forward, because I had to block some people over the weekend because of the messages. And that's not the purpose of any of this here, of this channel here. The purpose is to help to build up. People are already suffering and going through things that they may not even be discussing with other people, because they keep their private matters to themselves. But they need to be uplifted, as well as myself. This channel helps me as well, to be here and to talk to you all here. And that's the purpose, to build up, not to tear down. We have too much of that in this world already. So let's jump in. To live instead of existing. What does that mean? It means that we're not just getting up and going through the robotics of life, doing the same thing day in, day out. I know we all have to go to work. I have to go to work as well, besides, doing this channel. But living your life to the fullest. Like, if you have any goals that you want to accomplish, never tell yourself you can't accomplish those goals. Go for it. Live life to the fullest, embrace it. And if you have that vacation that you want to go on, etc., then save up for that, and work towards it, instead of just, allowing your depression or your grief to take over. What I like to do, like I always tell everybody, is to listen to music. because it's a healing source to music. And I have a playlist of it that I listen to every day. And it helps me throughout the day, especially with these matters of grief. And also, I'm thinking about taking a vacation because I haven't done that in a while. And that's something that's important. And I want to share that with all of you. It's important to take breaks, and go and do things that you like, because every day doing the same thing, many of you who work, like myself, you get up, you go to work, and then, you go through certain routines every day. And then sometimes you need to take that break, even if it's a mini vacation, a 3 day vacation, whatever, because you get away, you have some fun, and when you come back, you relax and you're not stressed or tense. And then you come back feeling great. Do things that make you feel good, and I'm talking about things, positive things, like that dress you want to get for yourself, or the guys who are listening here, you want to get that particular shirt or pair of shoes. Work towards that. Or if there's something else, that car you want, work towards that. That's a goal you can work towards. Sit down and make a list of the goals that you want to accomplish. Even if the goals are small or big, make that list because it's something to work towards. If you're busy working towards something that you know is going to bring you happiness and joy, it takes away from the grief, and the depression. You get distracted from that because you're busy now, um, working towards a goal. Like, I want that car, I want that particular outfit, or I'm, want to sell some tickets for a dance, or whatever it may be. Work towards that specific goal, or it's going to be a company picnic or something, and things that you can volunteer. Do volunteer work too, because, before this, I was volunteering at the church at the soup kitchen, and I'm thinking about doing that again, and I just keep myself engaged and busy so that I don't allow the grief to take over. Because, if I stay in that space, then I'm stagnated, and I can't grow. And we all need to grow. Life is to be lived to the fullest. Life is so short, people. Every day now, it seems like, a lot of these people, celebrities, are passing away, and people in general, you want to live your life. And your loved ones who passed over, they don't want you to be stagnated and stuck and in pain because they're no longer here. They want you to embrace life to the fullest, live it to the fullest, and you're still going to have those moments of grief. So do I. Saturday, I had my real big moment, but I had to push through the pain. And, what I had to do is spend a day in with a playlist of music to help me through it, you know, and just watching favorite shows that help me get through the process. And holiday time is really, really hard for me, you know. But I push through and find things to do, like if holidays are coming up and you miss that particular loved one, find something that you can do to distract you a little. We will always fill the void of the loved one not being here. That is so true. But we can keep their memory alive through storytelling, talking about what they added to our life, what they brought to the table, and what they did to help us so that our life is fulfilled. That's so important. And keep their memory alive and know that they want you to embrace your life to the fullest. And, we will always have that void, is what I was saying before. That's going to always be with us, the void of losing that loved one. But we don't have to stay in a place of pain, depression, and stagnation. So, as I said, please get connected with a therapist in your area. And, you don't have to tell people your business and etc. You privately do what you have to do. What I'm learning also here is what I said once before on this channel. Um, I grew up in a family that says what goes on in this house stays in this house. And that's not necessarily the way that things should be, because if we don't talk about things and get it out, it stays stagnated within us and it affects us as we get older and we go through life. So we have to talk about these things. And that's the space of having a therapist, going to bereavement groups. All those spaces are private and confidential. And it will help you to grow, and because you're going to find out things what other people who are at that group may be going through, some of the similar things that you might be going through. And they may have solutions that you may not even have thought of to help yourself. If we all chip in and help one another, it's just like if somebody falls in a hole, a bunch of people. And if everybody, pull each other up, they all can get out of that hole. That's the purpose of this channel, to help people, because we're in a world right now today that's spinning mostly on misery, and we don't need any more misery added to the table. So please share this video. Someone somewhere, or a few people, may be going through deep depression, or grief to the point of depression, and we don't want people having suicidal thoughts. We want to help people to the best of our ability, and that's the purpose here. So please share this channel with others. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and keep sharing, because it's working, because people are sending comments about how this channel is helping them. And I also have made it a goal for myself to be here, to show up on this channel more often than not, because it's important that everyone get this message, and I will continue to share it as well. Thank you all for being here. I'll be back tomorrow with a new message for you. I'm not sure of the time, that I'll be here, but I will be on. So you will be notified if you subscribe when I do come on the channel. Thank you all for your support, and thank you for being here, and have a really great day. And also, before I leave, I also wanted to say this. Prayer is so important, because I pray a lot. I stay in prayer. God has been so good to me. He has uplifted me and helped me through all these trials and tribulations. And when I pray to him and go to him, he really answers my prayer. I'm grateful for that as well. So prayer is something else. And I'm not trying to sound like, give a sermon like we're in church, but I'm just sharing what helps me as well. And that's number one on my list there. Thank you again for being here. Everyone have a great Tuesday afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, bye for now.